No, I'm dead playing a whole different game with this add-on release, bruh.
So Clix has finally updated his settings and upgraded his keyboard to overall improve his gameplay.
New Clix, deadass.
By the way, if you want updates on Clix earlier than these videos, you can check out his GameSettings.com profile, where you can find everything from his settings, his keybinds, even his Nvidia settings, and just so much more. But starting off with his settings and gear, inside display, he's got his windowed mode on full screen, his resolution is on 1920 by 1080, and he's got his frame rate limit set at 240 FPS, which he does match in his Nvidia settings and Windows settings. As for his rendering mode, that is on performance, as it helps him get more FPS and better visibility, all while using a Alienware AW2523HF. For his brightness, that is on the max 150%, and his colorblind mode is on Deuteronope on strength number 5. For his meshes, he's got them on low, his textures are on high, and his view distance is on medium to help him see items at a further distance. As for his audio settings, he's got his quality on high, 3D headphones are turned off, and he's got visualized sound effects, which helps him pinpoint enemy footsteps around him. He hears all of his audio on the JBL Quantum wireless headset. As for his game settings, he's got auto open doors turned off, auto pick up weapons turned off, disable pre-edit options are turned on, and he's also just switched over to using auto confirm edits on edit. To find out the advantages of this, I recommend checking out this video. As for his keyboard, that's brand new as well. He is now using the Apex Pro Mini with a actuation point of currently 0.4, but I do believe with time this value will go lower as he does get used to the keyboard. I could also see him in the future setting up the rapid key trigger on his edit bind like other pros like Peterbot use. For his HUD and reticle settings, he's got his reticle ammo indicator turned on, which adds a little indicator. His damage numbers are on cumulative, which automatically does the math for you. Reticle damage feedback is on hit only, which adds a little hit marker. And as for his HUD scale, that is on 69%. As for his movement settings, he is indeed using custom diagonals with 62, 90, and 135. For his mouse sensitivity, he's got his X on 8.7%, his Y on 6.3%, his targeting on 90.9%, his scope on 35%, and both building and editing sensitivities are on the default, all while using a mouse DPI of 800 and a hertz of 1000. The mouse he's using is the Final Mouse ULX, but for the specific model this does change frequently, as he's currently testing out his own mouse, which will be coming out very soon. As for his mouse pad, this also changes quite a lot. It's either the Matrix one when he's in his Miami setup, or he uses the Phase one when he's in his Florida setup, I believe. It's the same with his desk as well. I think his current one is this one on screen, and with the gaming glasses that you see in game, I'm pretty sure those are the Gunner stock industry ones. Next up, we've got his keybinds, with the movement being on WASD, jump being on space, sprint being on control, auto run being on mouse button 4, and crouch being on C. His reload key is on R, his use key is on E, and then his pickaxe to slot 5 is on 1 to 6. Then we've got his wall keybind, which is on F, his floor is on X, his stairs is on Q, his roof is on V, and his trap is on T, with also his edit key being on G. Next, we've got his PC specs, which is a custom built one by Paradox. Here's the price on screen, and as you can see, it features some pretty high-end specs like the Intel i9-14900K, the Nvidia RTX 4090, 48GB of G-Skill RAM, and 4TB of NVMe SSD. Moving on to Clix's Nvidia settings, I firstly want to mention that he is on the latest Nvidia driver, which Epic Games themselves do recommend for improved performance and bug fixes. To get it for yourselves, just simply head into the driver section of the Nvidia app or GeForce app. Then this is where you'll see the latest game ready driver, where you can simply install it in here. Head over to the graphics section, then select the game of choice. Obviously we're going to use this one. Now you can press this button here to optimize it, but I don't like to do this. Instead, I go into global settings and I customize it like this on screen. As you can see, I've got the RTX dynamic vibrance off, I've got image scaling off, I've got low latency mode on currently, although you can use ultra if you want on low latency. Max frame rate I've got off. Power management, I currently have this on normal as it works best on my PC, but if you do want more FPS, you might find that prefer maximum performance will be better for you. And for the rest of the settings, I've got them just like this on screen. After that though, if you go into the Nvidia control panel, go into manage 3D settings, and you want to copy all of my settings that are set up in this video on screen in the manage 3D section. Then finally go into adjust desktop size and position. Clix actually does use a custom digital vibrance of 69%, I believe. And if you don't know what this does, it basically makes your game brighter and more colourful the more you increase this percentage. Aside from that though, if you do then select your main gaming monitor, then select full screen and make sure a GPU is selected with the highest refresh rate possible. Moving on from that, I want to show you his optimized Windows 10 settings, which he is proof he is actually using Windows 10. You can see from the bottom left corner. But to get the best settings, you want to go inside the control panel. You want to uncheck all 4 of these right here. Then if you go into the background applications, you want to simply uncheck all these and stop them from running in the background. After that, in the advanced system settings, go under performance. Then under visual effects, you want to adjust for best performance and then tick these essential settings on screen. I also like to go into the run box and type in temp. I then like to select all of these and simply delete them. I do this again with percentage sign, temp percentage sign, and yet again with prefetch. Also, while the game is running, I press Ctrl Alt Delete, go into the task manager, I then find Fortnite, right click on it, go to details, then right click on the top exe, set the priority from the default normal to high. You'll notice as well in the task manager, if you look at the very bottom, you'll see uptime. To your surprise, the uptime may be very high, like some of these examples are on screen, like some are just ridiculous. And this is because of a fast start feature, which has become quite the meme. So to fix this, head into power options, click change settings that are unavailable, and simply uncheck this option. Now when you shut down your PC will fully shut down and the uptimer will be reset. Oh, if you go into gaming 2, specifically under the game bar, you want to ensure that that is turned off as it can give you micro stutters. Moving on, finally, I want to showcase some quick Epic Games optimizations that could benefit you. Head into the install options. In here, you'll see Save the World, which is the specific game files for that. If you don't play it, disable this setting. High resolution textures, these are required to make the game look a lot more beautiful in game, but if you disable this setting, it'll give you a slight FPS boost. DirectX 12 shaders, these are required to use the DirectX rendering mode. If you don't use this and use performance mode, you should disable this setting. And then you've got pre-download stream assets, which I like to keep enabled, because if you didn't know, this pre-installs all the assets when you join the lobby, which prevents the assets from being streamed when you encounter them in game. Next, if you want to download game updates faster, open up the Epic Games launcher folder, then locate the engine file. Inside, paste this command. And what this does is it increases your download speeds on the Epic Games launcher, so you'll download game updates way faster than before. And that's everything you need to know about Clix's updated settings. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe for more. And before you go, feel free to check out any of my other videos that are on screen right now.